What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome along to episode number 28 of the F122 Road to GOAT Driver Career Series for episode number 12 of season 2, so the Dutch Grand Prix here from the Zandvoort circuit. If you did miss the last episode, make sure to go check that one out before you see this one. There'll be the card in the top right hand corner of your screen now. But you're in for what should be a very exciting episode as we return to this series after a short break. Right, in terms of the championship then, going into this Dutch Grand Prix, Carlos Sainz still leads the way over Charles Leclerc by 10 points. Russell back there in third, still with a good chance to win it. Only 19 points off the top spot. And there we are lining up in the top half of the grid after our victory last time out in Belgium. Looking to try and do it again if we can. It's unlikely, but we could still stand a shot if something goes wrong. And Ocon starting there in P8. Our rivalry with him coming to an end more or less. We came out on top over him last time out. So looking for more of the same here today. Right, in terms of strategy for this race, we're looking at a one-stop from softs to hard tyres, and the fuel is going to be the crucial thing this time around, because last season, if you remember correctly, if you were here last time we came here to the Netherlands, we had problems with the fuel, where we underfueled the car a bit too much, and it really cost us. So I have to make sure we don't do the same again this time around. So we've got a bit higher on the fuel this year compared to last year. Hopefully we won't have any more of those same problems. As you line up on the grid here, qualifying in P5, so a good qualifying position, which should hopefully score some more points for us as we continue to chase down the top teams towards the end of the season. Right, no more talking then. After this long break, it's time for action. We go to 5 red lights for the Dutch Grand Prix, round number 12. 5 more rounds to go in season 2. The 5 red lights are on. They're out and it's foot to the floor. Go, go, go. Decent gets away here going towards that first corner. Hamilton and Verstappen get bogged down behind us as we go into turn 1. The Mega run to the inside. We're going to leave that gap wide open. Russell locks up into turn 1. We have to go in behind us to gain the place already off the start. It's a brilliant getaway there. 1 place gained. And now chasing down Sergio Perez. Leclerc's got away fantastically there from the front row, and he leads his teammate Sainz. He's trying to score some more points to try and close down that championship fight. We come through the bank turn there. Good exit chasing down Perez. Yellow flag behind us, and everyone's gone all shuffled back there. Huge kerfuffle further back in Europe. Looks like one of the AlphaTauris has a problem with some kind. Looks like that is Pierre Gasly. They may have some kind of altercation with Max Verstappen. He gets from the curb touch from the exit, and Verstappen has nothing to do with it at all. Gasly spins out all by himself, and everyone gets all backed up behind him, trying to get around it safely. And Gasly here may get himself, he's got himself beached on the curb that looks things. He can't actually get away from that curb. So huge problem for the Frenchman this early on into this race for AlphaTauri, and it could see him out of the Grand Prix just like that. He's really struggling to try and get the car moving again. Meanwhile, we're still chasing Perez, Sainz and Leclerc. Russell behind us trying to find something open. He's on medium tyres compared to the rest of the field, so he's already at tyres advantage in terms of pace immediately. Regardless, he managed to take the place away from him. He locked on at turn 1, so that won't help his case at all here. Still chasing Perez to the second sector, going towards the second DRS zone on the circuit, and we should see the message come up in a moment's time. So there it is. Gasly's been disqualified from the race. I think he counted as a retirement. He's straight disqualified from the race. On to lap number 3 now. DRS deployed for the first time in this race, using it to try and get away from George Russell behind us and close in on Perez, who only managed to get the DRS off in the end. Those 3 cars in front of us are looking very strong right now. Ferrari in particular, the Alfa Romeo partnership going strong as it has been all season, because they lead both championships. It's hard to deny them right now. On to lap number 8 here. Russell closing in on us a little bit. He's go towards turn 1, run off the grass. And perhaps a bit too much there, a bit too far to the left-hand side, going into that first corner, go a bit too wide there. Russell could try and find an opportunity on the inside, on the exit, and he will here. He's going to try and pull alongside, so he's side by side, going into the corner. We've got the edge here on the right hand, he's locked up, he's hit us there, and his contact, almost lost the car, but we had to use Russell to bank there. We've managed to save it, and we've got a warning for a collision with Russell. So Verstappen goes charging on through to take away P5, so we've lost a place there, we've lost 2 places, and Russell's gained 1 out of it. So I don't really see how that benefits us so much. The yellow flag in front, that's one of the Ferraris. So the problem for one of the Ferraris out of the race, which one is it? It looks like it might be, it is Charles Leclerc who's out of the race, and the Monegasque retiring here on a day where he's currently 10 points behind teammate Sainz in the bid trying to defend his world championship, and that is not what the Monegasque would have wanted from today's race. Leclerc pulling the car over here. No smoke from what I can see. Well, not too much smoke. Sainz and Perez go charging on through. The championship leader now inherits the lead of the race. Perez through into second, and that would have been us in third place had Russell not had a little altercation with us there. But Leclerc pulling the car over. Smoke now starting to make its way out of the Ferrari engine, and that confirms it. Leclerc is out of the race. So our first retirement here in the Netherlands. On to that number 10 here, still running behind Russell and Verstappen is coming for what should be our first and only stop of the race. Onto that set of hard tyres. The softs have done their duty this early on, so we're going to make the stop for those hard tyres. So into the pit lane here, looking for a good stop from our Alpine crew. Another good one, as they have been all season long. Hard tyres going onto the car, we pull away, and the stop time is 2.4. We had to wait there just a moment, I think, because the Audi Sport car in front of us, Valtteri Bottas, who gets into his pit box nice and easy. So we may have lost a bit of time in the pit lane. That could be crucial given who is around us at that point. Our chase against Russell and Verstappen may come to an end here unless we can get out in front of him in some way. And we may even lose out to Ocon behind, because he won't too far back from us either. On to lap number 12 here. We gained a good number of places back here in the pit lane, but we've lost out to both Hamilton and Ocon here, who are both right ahead. The Frenchman, Ocon, our teammate, now in front of us. We've got some work to do to try and get around him here. This battle against him in terms of teammate rivalry will continue a little bit longer here. We're on the outside of him going through the left-hander, trying to find an opening in the exit, and switch back to the left-hand side off the corner, but not going to have any luck there. On to lap number 13, the end of lap number 13, and the start of lap 14. There goes Ocon down the main straight. We're going to follow him all the way down towards turn number 1. We'll look to the outside, try and get a run upstairs into that first corner. Ocon are inside, looking for that good traction on the exits, try and pull away, and we do get just that, and going around his outside with relative ease there. We can start chasing down the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, but a successful overtake there, passing our teammate once again, and just showing him who really is the top dog here at Alpine. So we pushed through into P7, and now we're just 2 places off where we were, Hamilton and then Verstappen in front. On to lap number 17 here, coming towards the halfway stage of this Grand Prix. Yellow flag in front of us. That looks like Carlos Sainz has had a problem with some kind. He's pulled the car over. He may have spun out potentially in the same way Gasly did. He's getting the car going again, but that's another place gained for us, and that is crucial for the championship leader on a day where, of course, he has a huge opportunity to try and score some points, to try and beat Leclerc even further in the championship. He's going around the outside of Verstappen by the looks of things, and just like Gasly did, he gets on the curb too much and spins the car, and he loses a chunk of his front wing. So such was the force of him coming off the corner, he couldn't quite maintain the car, and as a result, the end plate's lost, and he has to pit to get a new wing and keep himself back in the race. But there's points looking unlikely here for our championship leader. On to lap number 20 now. We're still right there with Ocon. He's about a second and a half behind, but we're having problems here, and it's deja vu from last season. The fuel is still a problem. We didn't put enough fuel in the car at the start, and now Ocon to lap 23 is all over us. We've got to try and conserve fuel as best we can. We're also keeping these guys behind, because Ricciardo and Bottas aren't far behind us either, the Audi and the McLaren respectively. Ocon still threatening us going to turn number 1. Won't go for a move just yet. I'm starting to wonder, is it the wise move perhaps to play the team game and let Ocon go in the chance to try and claim more points? Hamilton's 11 seconds up the road. That'd be up to 14. We're going to lap number 25 here. So I think the wise thing to do now is to let Ocon go. There's no point in fighting him and potentially denying him any more points in this Grand Prix. So in a weird showmanship, a weird sense of teammateship, we're going to let Ocon through into our position, and hopefully we can try and get some more points off the cars in front. If he has enough time in the race to catch them, and we'll have to defend as best we can from Ricciardo and Bottas here in the McLaren and the Audi car, getting towards the end of the race. But I'm sort of trying my best here to try and save as much fuel as I can, but it's difficult to try and keep up the same pace. We've got a bit too wide there in the penultimate corner. We'll lose a decent amount of time there, and Ricciardo's closing us massively. He's got a huge bit of straight line speed compared to what we had. So the push on now, the fuel is still struggling here as we're into the final 10 laps of this Grand Prix. Ocon trying to get away here. He's about a second in front. We need to stay around in that range in order to try and keep DRS from. That'll help us massively. But we've come to lap number 28. He hasn't actually pulled away at all. We've kept right with him. But our fuel is still a huge problem here. We are definitely losing out quite a lot. We're about a fifth of the lap right now. With about a fifth of the lap to go in the last lap, we'll run out of fuel at this stage. As we come on to the end of lap number 34 here, pushing quite away on Ocon, finally gets away from us. He's 3 seconds in front, and now Ricciardo and Bottas are our main threats behind. Let's try and hold these guys off. I'm sort of accepting at this point that we will run out of fuel towards the end, so I'm half making a decision as to whether or not to try and just push as hard as we can and run out when we run out, or try and keep them behind and try and conserve at the same time. It'd take an awful lot. There'd be a huge train behind us, and that's what cost us last season, if you remember correctly. We ran out of fuel in the last couple of corners, and that's what cost us all the points because everyone was there. So Ricciardo and Bottas are still the two main threats. If we just let those two go at the end when we run out, then that might just be enough, but we may lose out a lot more as well. Should we try and back them up? Ricciardo's all over us here, trying to make something happen, going to his next couple of corners. Into the right handle we come. Ricciardo right up our chuff there, but gets all out of shape, allowing Bottas to try and go to his inside, looking into the corner. That's all we need right now. If those guys can stay side by side and focus on battling each other, that allows us to get away here, and perhaps when we run out of fuel on this next coming lap, then perhaps the damage won't be too dire. So pushing on down this straight, Bottas and Ricciardo still side by side there, and on to the last lap then. Perez coming through the last corner, taking full advantage of Ferrari's struggles today. He's going to come through to claim victory here in the Netherlands. Fantastic job from him to take advantage of that today. Russell comes home in second. Verstappen takes away third in his home Grand Prix. Perez right over there against the wall to celebrate with the Red Bull guys. As we come through the last couple of corners now into the final sector ourselves, that DRS will be our main threat here before we run out of fuel. Perez has won the race, it is confirmed. We're still trying to hold on to what we've got here. Bottas and Ricciardo still right there, pressurising us all the way. And within a few moments' time, we're running out of fuel, and we'll have to try and keep them behind as best we can. And not only that, but the cars behind have caught up, so we could lose all our points here. And there it is, the car out of fuel. Ricciardo and Bottas go flying on through to claim their positions at the end of the day. Go through these last couple of corners here. This way, everyone's going to block off Magnussen if we can. There goes Schumacher on the inside. There goes Sainz through as well, coming towards the line. Going towards it here. Here comes Magnussen on the outside, charging for it, and Sainz has a 20-second penalty there right at the end. I've just noticed that, so we've managed to take 1 point regardless We finished in P11 on track, but 1 point in the end. I think that's honestly quite lucky of us there, considering how much we ran at the end. But overall, a decent race. If you haven't run out of fuel there, that cost us an awful lot, but I'm still satisfied.
A difficult race then on a circuit that demands complete concentration, but they persevered to take the win here today. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Right, so in case you wonder what happened there, my game froze and then crashed mid cutscene. So unfortunately, we don't get the full celebration for Perez, but we'll go through the results regardless. Perez wins the race in, Russell second, and Verstappen home in third. Hamilton takes away fourth. Ocon, we let him through, we didn't quite catch Lewis in the end, he comes home in fifth. Sixth place for Valtteri Bottas, seventh for Ricciardo, eighth place for Mick Schumacher, ninth for Magnussen, and 10th for us. So in terms of the Drivers' Championship, it remains the same for Sainz and Leclerc, but Russell has closed in massively here now. He's just 11 points off the lead. Perez in fourth. We're still on to 8th place, just 6 points off of Hamilton, and looks like the top 8 will be the minimum for us towards the end of the season. Huge points over Ocon, and we're still 30 points back from McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. It could still be done theoretically, but it'd take a lot of results in these next 5 rounds. So until you can go, you guys, that is the end of the video. I do hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what I could improve for the next video. Make sure to subscribe as well, and until my next video, guys, have a good day, and I will see you then. Goodbye.